माना कि तेरी दीद के काबिल नहीं हूँ मैं, माना कि तेरी दीद के काबिल नहीं हूँ मैं, तू मेरा शौक तो देख, मेरा इंतजार देख।
Mocked as Moni Baba for being too silent, sometimes dismissed as being an accidental prime minister wherein the real power behind his throne was Sonia Gandhi, Dr Manmohan Singh had to face many harsh barbs in public life. But he was always convinced that he had been underrated and judged too harshly. And his claim that history would be kinder to him than the media has already been proven correct.
I think taking into account the circumstances and the compulsions of a coalition polity, I have done as best as I could do under the circumstance.
Several of Dr. Singh's achievements are, of course, well documented. He is the architect of India's economic reforms. He is the man who liberalized the economy, opening it up for the outside world. And then, of course, he staked his all on making the Indo-US nuclear deal a reality. He was willing to lose his government on that one single issue.
Mr. Speaker, the Prime Minister of the Republic of India.
But there's one thing that Manmohan Singh should get much more credit for, and I think we in the media have never acknowledged our own Mea Culpa. And that is that Dr. Singh was a genuine Democrat when it came to dealing with our fraternity.
I was not the Prime Minister who was afraid of talking to the press.
Remember the final years of the UPA too? There were scams and scandals that were rocking Manmohan Singh's government every single day. But this was also the time when two other things were happening. Television news channels had become noisily populist. And then, of course, this was the time when the Anna Hazare, Arvind Kejriwal-led India Against Corruption, not then the Aam Aadmi Party, was just rising. Perhaps in all of that noise, the media became absolutely merciless when it came to Manmohan Singh. But here's the important point. Not once did Dr. Singh block off access or stop talking to those of us who had been critical of him personally and of his government. That is a rare thing for a politician in any political party. I remember this time when I was reporting on strife-torn Kashmir. And there was this phase in the Kashmir Valley where actually it was one of the worst phases, and 100 young men had been killed on the streets in violent clashes with security forces. And I'd been very critical of the handling of that situation. And Manmohan Singh called me for a meeting. His office called me for a meeting. I went to meet the then Prime Minister. He asked me for his unvarnished feedback. I urged him to do more of an outreach that had been done, to address the people of Jammu and Kashmir directly in a televised address. And to my surprise, a few days later, that's exactly what happened. He was not sensitive about or complaining about the fact that I had been as critical as I was. And I just think that as we remember the many achievements of Dr. Manmohan Singh, we should pause and also acknowledge that perhaps the media too needs to look back at that time through a fresh lens.